Hello guys, welcome back to my channel. So today we are going to be choosing my November TBR. So as I have mentioned probably in multiple videos, guys, I am still in a reading slump. It's kind of getting a little bit scary. I am still reading books, but um I'm just not like reading as many as I know I can read in a month, which is like very upsetting, and like I just have no desire to read. So I think that part of the problem is that I have too many books, I have too many options, and I just can't decide what I want to read. So my solution to that is I printed out a list of all of the books that I have on my physical TBR as well as on my Kindle, and I got this little cute jar, and I cut all of those up and I put them in here, and I'm just gonna choose my books from here. For my November TBR, this is the fourth time I'm trying to record this video, and so I already picked them for November, but I'll kind of show you what each of the books are that I picked out of here last night, and then just give you like a brief synopsis of what each one of the books is. But for the month of December, we'll pick them together, and then I will run and grab the books and tell you a little bit about what the books are about. So, the first book I picked out of here is actually one on my Kindle. It is called A Feather on the Water, and I don't know if you can see that. It's kind of small because this is on Goodreads. I got it just to like get the synopsis of the book, and this book is a historical fiction. It's based in after World War II, and it's about these three women who come from different parts of, I want to say different parts of the world. It doesn't really say where they're coming from. Um, yeah, it doesn't really say where they're coming from, but it's Martha, Kitty, and Delphine are coming to France to help run these camps for. I think they said it says to run a displaced persons camp. I'm not really sure what that means. I'm assuming it's people who like, it's like right after the war and they have nowhere to go, something like, I guess I'll figure it out. But it's based on World War II, and I'm super excited for that. You guys know how much I love the Nightingale, so I'm super excited to read this. I'm so excited. I can't wait. And then the second book that I picked was Killer Instincts by James Patterson and Howard Rogan. And this one is just about like, I'll just read you the back. I wasn't gonna read you the back because it's a little bit long, but I'll just read you the back. It says, the murder of an Ivy League professor sends my smartest crime fighter, Dr. Dylan Reinhardt, back to the streets of New York, where he reunites with his old partner, Detective Elizabeth Needham. A heinous act of terror and a name on a casualty list, rock Dylan's world. Is his secret past about to be brought to light? While the terrorist strike unfolds, Elizabeth performs a courageous act that thrusts her into the media spotlight. She's my reluctant hero, and due to the attention, she becomes a prime target for the ruthless murderer behind the attack. Dylan literally wrote the book on the psychology of murder, and he and Elizabeth have solved cases that have baffled conventional, sorry, I don't know why that word is so hard for me, conventional detectives, but the sociopath they're facing now is the opposite of a textbook case. I've come up with a test that they have no time to study for, and if they fail, they die. So I'm super excited for that. It sounds super interesting, so we will see how that goes. And then the next book I chose is called Still Life by Louise Penny, and it looks like this. I'm sorry, like the lighting. Um, and this book is just another like detective story. um it's following, so there's a series of 18 books I believe, and it's just following the same detective. It's a small town. It's called Three Pine is like the small town, and an artist turns up dead, and so like they are solving the case. So I'm super excited for that. I have been wanting to read that book for so long, and it's on Kindle Unlimited. So I'm kind of excited that I got that this month so I can read these. Um, Also, before I even tell you what the last two books are, none of these books honestly have really stuck out to me. I'm almost kind of excited that I got them because I feel like otherwise I never would read them. So I'm super excited that these were the ones that I pulled because they wouldn't have gotten read otherwise. right now. But anyway, so the next one I have is Final Girls by Riley Sager. I really like Riley Sager, and I say that when I've only read one of his books. I've only read Lock Every Door, but I really enjoyed it, and I do have The House Across the Lake too, so I'm super excited to read this. So I'll just read you a brief synopsis of what is on the inside cover. It says 3 years ago, college student Quincy Carpenter went on vacation with 5 friends and came back alone, the only survivor of a horror movie scale massacre. In an instant, she became a member of a club no one wants to belong to, a group of similar survivors known in the press as the Final Girls. Lisa, who lost 9 sorority sisters to a college dropout's knife, Sam, who went up against the sack man during her shift at the Nightlight Inn, and now Quincy, who ran bleeding through the woods to escape Pine Cottage, and the man she refers to only as him. The 3 girls are all attempting to put their nightmares behind them, and with uh, with that, one another. Despite the media's attempt, they never meet. I'm not going to read any more than. Actually, maybe we'll keep going. Now Quincy is doing well, maybe even great, thanks to her Xanax prescription. She has a caring, almost fiance, Jeff, a popular baking blog, a beautiful apartment, and a therapeutic presence in Coop, the police officer who saved her life all those years ago. Her memory won't even allow her to recall the events of that night. The past is in the past. That is until Lisa, the first final girl, is found dead in her bathtub, wrists slit, and Sam the second appears on Quincy's doorstep, blowing through Quincy's life like a whirlwind. Sam seems intent on making Quincy relive the past with increasingly dire consequences, all of which makes Quincy question why Sam has sought her out. And when new details about Lisa's death come to light, Quincy's life becomes a race against time as she tries to unravel Sam's truths from her lies, evade the police and hungry reports, and, most crucially, remember what really happened at Pine Cottage before what was started 10 years ago is finished. So that sounds super good. I'm so excited to get to this. Um, like I said, this wasn't something that I wanted to even, that I thought I was even going to pick up this year, but I'm super excited. So that is the 4th book I will be reading this month. And then the last one that we have is called Magpie by Elizabeth Day. I actually won this in a Goodreads giveaway. I haven't won a book for a while. I only won 2 books so far. But I'm super excited to get to this one because I actually read the synopsis of this one before I entered in the giveaway just so I knew what the book was going to be about. So it's super interesting. But so here is what the back of the book says. Marissa and Jake are a perfect couple, and Kate, their new lodger, is the perfect roommate. And not just because her rent payments will give them the income they need to start trying for the baby of their dreams. Except no one is truly perfect. Sure, Kate seems to take a particular interest in their private lives, but Marissa brushes off her concerns, knowing that soon the roommate will be gone and it will be just Marissa, Jake, and their baby. But when Kate's boundary pushing blossoms into an all-out obsession, Marissa is forced to ask, who is this woman and why does she seem to know everything about them? In her quest to find out who Kate really is, Marissa risks destroying everything she's worked so hard for, her perfect romance, her perfect family, and her perfect self. Because Marissa knows better than anyone, some secrets should stay buried forever. And I think this is going to be a quick read. I think it's just over 300 pages, so it's going to be super quick and super easy. I'm so excited. I'm so excited for all of these books. They all sound so interesting, and I actually feel bad even saying that like I wouldn't have picked these up if I wouldn't have pulled them out of the jar. But like it is true. I probably would have picked up something a little bit different. But I love that I got these picks. I'm so excited about them. And I don't know if I mentioned this before, but if I read all 5 of these before the end of the month, I will just keep picking these out. Like, I'll just pick them out, read the book, pick it like one by one until the end of the month. And then for the month of December, we'll pick them out together and I can kind of show you like what each one of the books is. I filmed this video last night after I had finished a book. It was 10:30 at night. I was so tired and it just came out a hot mess. So I decided I was going to do it again. But so those are my 5 books on my TBR for the month of November. I am super excited. I might go start A Feather in the Water right now, before I go to bed. But thank you so much for spending tonight with me and helping me choose my books, even though I chose them. I picked them out of the jar off camera, but we're not going to talk about it. But thank you guys for hanging out with me. This was so much fun. I was so excited about this, but I will see you guys in my next video.